Thanks for having me here. And let me give you a little background on myself. I was born in Vallejo, California in 1949, and I lived in Vallejo for the first few years of my life. Thereafter, my father, who was in the Air Force, got assigned to a station in Japan. So we went to Tokyo, Japan when I was a young kid, and that's where I started grade school. I stayed in Japan for 3.5 years, which was a great experience for me. We then came back to California, where I started school again. So I went to Farragut High School, Vallejo Junior High School, and Vallejo Senior High School, where I ran into a few problems there at Vallejo High School, and I was kicked out of high school in Vallejo and couldn't go to school in Vallejo anymore. Thereafter, I went to school in San Jose, California. I finished up school there. I did not graduate with the class, and I had to go to summer school to finish school. I then enrolled into the EOP program at San Jose State University, and that was a program called the Economic Opportunity Program to help young people of color, low income, get a head start in going to college. The following year, I enrolled at San Jose State University, and unfortunately for me, I had to drop out after the first semester due to grades. Shortly thereafter, I was bouncing around. I was a little bit homeless, didn't know what to do with my life. And one day I was hitchhiking down the freeway with no money, no place to go, nothing to do in life. And a professor from Foothill College picked me up on the freeway and asked me a couple of questions. One of them was asked me where I was going, what I was doing. And when he found out I was kind of aimlessly going along in life, he made a U-turn at the next exit and took me back to Foothill College, where he said he could help get me enrolled in what's called a student firefighter program with Los Altos Fire Department. And that was my introduction to the fire service. I had, prior to that, never been in a fire station. I didn't know anyone that was a firefighter, and this was all foreign to me. So when they hired me in 1969, I was the first person of color they had ever hired on their fire department, the first black. And for my full 5 years that I was there, I was the only black on that department. In 1973, I met a gentleman named Ken Moore. And he said to me, we need to do something and form an organization to get more blacks hired into the fire service throughout Santa Clara County. And that was the spark that started the Santa Clara County Black Firefighters Association, which was founded in 1973, and I was the first president. And as a chapter, we also were a chapter of the Southwest region, which was also a chapter of the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters. And that's how I became a member of the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters. So about 5 years later, in 1975, I went and joined San Jose Fire Department, which was a larger department, more opportunity, and that was a blessing in disguise. And although I worked at the fire station, later on in my career, I transitioned to work downtown in administration, where I held several jobs in administration. But the one that means the most to me was when I was selected to be the first recruit officer for the City of San Jose Fire Department. And my charge in that position was to bring a more diverse candidate pool into the fire service for San Jose to select from, be it women, people of color, or whatever the background. And as part of that, that spawned me to form my own company, which was called Firefighters ABCs in 1999. And the purpose of Firefighters ABCs was to create a platform where people across the nation could go to a site, learn about the fire service, learn about things they could do to make themselves better candidates, and at the same time doing all of this at no cost to them. So everything on our site at Firefighters ABCs is 100% free to the candidates. You can live anywhere in the country and join our online internship program, where you'll find a host of tools to make you a better candidate. As part of Firefighters ABCs, I traveled the country giving workshops to fire personnel, fire chiefs, HR managers, recruit officers, government officials, and the goal of those workshops are to help, support, and enlighten those individuals on things they could do within their own agencies, own departments, to bring forth a more diverse workforce for the fire service. And my goal is to pass that baton on to the next generation of firefighter so they can do the same. Thank you very much.